almost
Yeah,
in Thailand.
it is amazing that like I was trying to wish you at the beginning like good morning, then I was wishing you good day, then you say that you have night, and I always forgetting about this. And
Yeah.
uh, how is your life going on in Thailand? I
Well, it's all right. I think Thailand is maybe one of the best countries to stay long term, like the most comfortable, for tourists or expats. Yeah, I know like Thailand has some internal problems for locals, but for tourists, like it's amazing country. For example, you want to go eat, or you go to 7-Eleven. By the way, you also have 7-Elevens, yeah, in America.
Yes, we have this. Yes, we have. I was there twice, even three times. Yes.
Wow, I was maybe already 50 times. But is it 24 hours in America, 7-Elevens as well?
Um, I do not think so. You can find some of them, but which I was visiting, it was not 24 hours. Yeah.
Oh wow, in Thailand it's like all of them are 24 hours, so you can everywhere, like even in provinces, and you can go find food at night. You can order delivery. It
Wow.
works like very fast delivery. Yeah, and you don't need to give tips like in America. I give sometimes tips, but not like it's not forced,
In
to give all the time.
7-Eleven,
No,
it's
no.
tips?
If you order some delivery food,
Ah, yeah.
off work,
I was thinking
yeah.
because I don't remember that they were asking tips in 7-Eleven. It is not place for
Uh,
tips. It is like any store when you go to gas station. For example, usually I saw them in gas station, like 7-Eleven. Yeah,
uh,
and that's why I kind of
wow.
like, wow. But yeah, it is a culture of tips. It is American thing. It is true.
Yeah, but for us it's good because in my experience, the most generous subscriber.
Yeah, I'm always glad that our subscribers very generous, and I want to tell hello to everyone who joined us already. Hello to just to say name. I want just to say name who already see this in this chat. Thomas Lee, Lindsay, Lisa Marshall. I'm excited to see you. Be strong, be safe. Hello to last one, I believe it is. Uh, Linda, US. Hello, Linda, to you. Nice to see you. Yeah.
But,
Uh,
but wait, Zoran says it's buffering. Guys, is it buffering for anyone else?
oh, serious? Yeah, would be nice to know if you will share with quality of our live stream because um, it is important for us.
Yeah, one
It is
second,
so.
I'll connect the charger. I forgot.
Yeah. While Sergey is doing these things, I advise you to ask questions because it would be nice to know what you want to talk about for us because your questions helping us to keep our conversation more alive and to have more connection with you actually because we are doing this for you. Yes. Scott Nesbitt, hello to you. You say that Crazy Russian Sergey was buffering a little bit, but now it is good. It is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
internet
better.
here sometimes disconnects, Wi-Fi.
I see that you have quite good stabilizer, something like that.
Yeah, I see how I did it.
Yeah.
So I put this.
Now it is buffering. Mhm. You have fun, I see. Yes, I have one of these. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Okay, let me put you back.
Hello to Carol, Ellen Hill, and Zoran. First time I see Zoran, Balkan boy. Wow. First time
Well,
see.
Zoran is like big minister on my channel.
Oh, you have ministers. Wow, it is good.
Uh,
Yeah. He's like your moderator. That's how you call them.
a moderator, minister. I have alcohol minister also.
Oh, wow. I saw that you did post like some people told like why you not showing Mars time for our live stream because it is like people were joking about your post and yeah, and I want to ask a question about your life in Thailand because you're living there for a while, but how do you like to live there? Because Thailand it is like country where you can, I don't know, enjoy beautiful weather.
Well, I'm tired to go to sunbase. Well, I want to sunbase, but I'm lazy to go to the sea, and also I spent last times like on the not on the sea areas, but to
Yeah.
go in the heat. It's very hot. Maybe
Mhm.
in Texas also hot in summer, yeah. So yeah, I'm just no sea is cool, but you go to the sea 10 times, 20 times, but then you just
It is
don't
boring.
enjoy. Yeah, so it's people come for the vacations, they enjoy for 2 weeks, for example, 3 weeks, but then they go back because it's already boring. But yeah, I want to get like a sexy 10, so maybe I'll go. For me, it's lazy. I'm lazy to go to the sea, but maybe if I would rent like some condo, they call it condo, condominium room
Yeah.
here with swimming pool on the roof. So I would go train there and at the same time sunbathe. Like this would be perfect for me. Yeah, but
And
in Thailand,
you decided to go to the gym these days?
well, now I already kind of have power because I couldn't go because didn't have enough power. But now soon I'll go. But still, you see, I have some muscles still.
Yeah, quite good one. I would say impressive. It is very impressive
Well, I
because
was training with Arnold Schwarzenegger before by his program, but yeah,
wow.
I'll come back to training soon. But yeah,
Yeah,
you asked me.
it is good. It is good
You
always
asked,
to be healthy.
yeah, you asked me about Thailand, and to be honest, I was in America, but long time ago, 11 years ago. So I believe Thailand is much more comfortable for living than America. If you have like some, how to say, income from like internet or something, But America, I think, of course, is better for the long-term future, for your future work opportunities and so on. But just to live, Thailand is much more comfortable, I think, uh, in many cases than
Of
it's.
course, when you have supporters from, for example, from America, who is helping you by American dollar, by American currency, it is cheaper to live in Thailand. It is something that it is giving you like advantage in some way because uh, it is you can buy more for the same price. For yeah, it is cool, and I'm hope that people will support you in future. And yes, I should maybe next time to put your PayPal or something that you have, and always I will advise people to find your channel to subscribe on Crazy Russian Sergey channel and support by American dollar this guy. It would be
Ah,
cool.
yeah, Lisa Marshall, maybe she can. put my channels on in the chat.
Yeah, it would be nice if Lisa will help us. Yes, thank you for this, Lisa Marshall. You're amazing. Yeah, if you can help us. Yeah.
So yeah, it's Zoran says it's baht in Thailand. What's the currency? By the way, Thailand currency is pretty strong, very stable for like. You remember when ruble cost like dollar cost in Russia around 30 rubles like 10
Yes,
years ago.
yeah.
So it was like for a long time stable, like 29, 30. But in Thailand, it's kind of same now, 34 and half baht for $1, and it stays like that for like maybe 10 years or so. But ruble falls three times. Before it was one ruble, one baht equal, but now
Hmm.
it's about 3 rubles, one baht. So even Thailand becomes expensive for the Russians. But if you transform it into dollars, it's not that expensive here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is Russian economic is not stable at this moment, and uh, yeah, I can see this. Actually, I don't remember that I was in Thailand by myself ever, but I heard a lot of people were enjoying their living because of prices. Looks like now it will be more expensive for people to go there.
Yeah, it's expensive now if you think in rubles, especially on the islands, tourist areas. I left those places because it's also expensive for me.
Yeah,
But I met some British like lady, remember, and she was saying, well, it's very cheap, like I stay in the hotel, like just like 1,000 something, but it's already too much for me, for one day it's like $30 too much for me. So I'm trying to stay in
yeah.
cheap hotels like $20 and so on. But yeah, but you know what? I think Thailand. Also about quality of how to say, if it's polite to say. When I was in New York, I met like some crazy Russians also. But in Thailand, I also meet them tourists, crazy Russian tourists. But those who stay here, they're kind of, I don't know, no, this IT people, with glasses,
Yes, with glasses like you have.
Yeah, but in New York, for example, the Russian community, I've seen they're working in this kind of low jobs, kind of low level jobs, kind of like you, but but you go to university now to raise your level, yeah.
Yeah, it is true that, like you say, yeah, I completely agree with you. A lot of immigrants, they have at the beginning low payment job at the beginning of their like starting new life. At the same time did you expect when you're thinking about um like it is new culture, everything is new. It is
Mm.
but generally it is true like this. Very rare situation when a person arriving, I don't know, with a work visa as talent visa. It is not so common situation, and as a result, they have good salary at the beginning. And yes, at the beginning, it is challenging for every immigrant. That is true.
Yeah, I think even if you are like some doctor or professor, but you don't speak English or like this university diplomas, they are not valued in USA, Russian ones. Yeah, you need to.
Pretty often, it is happening like this. Yeah, you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you start from this moving jobs or something, but then you grow or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
in this regard, so there always be some needed additional certification, new qualification. I mean, like anyway, it doesn't matter what kind of diploma you have. You need to do this in another language at the end of the day, and that's why you need to certify yourself for standards in America. Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe we can discuss the safety issue because Thailand is considered to be like very safe country in general. For example, I can go out now at night and like feel very safe. Like, do you feel the same in America, like in Houston? I
Uh,
don't know.
uh, I do not like usually generalize country because crime is happening everywhere. We need to be honest about this. But every time, for example, I like, for example, to bike. I have a bike, and I go on bike different time of day. I'm riding on bike all around Houston, and pretty
Electric
often I
bike.
go on bike during the nights, and not nights, but evening time, like 11, 12. I go to the cafes. I like
Uh,
to spend the time to drink coffee. And I do not feel myself like, oh my God, somebody like from the corner will take me down. No, I do not feel this. I feel myself pretty comfortable riding on bike. Maybe those people who use, I don't know, you can find different cities, different neighborhoods. I enjoy myself here. Yes.
so you think you feel like Houston is pretty safe, like all right,
Yes,
like.
I do not like all I do not look around myself. Oh my God, where's like I don't know what's happening next. No, it is not happening with me. And for example, like I go to the university, I feel myself safe. I go to during the evening on bike, I feel myself safe. To tell that I'm like, oh my God, it will be life will be difficult to live if you will feel yourself like always uncomfortable. Yeah, in this way. Yeah, I do. I think that you understand what I'm talking about. It is difficult feeling, always pressing you down when you feel always like, oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is not in my situation. I don't know. Like maybe you can find some people who is living like that. Yeah.
Wow, money.
Hello, Mr. D. Thank you for these Canadian dollars. Is it Canadian?
Yeah. You see, it's my Minister of Infrastructure and Energy. You see,
Yes.
let's exchange rich subscribers. And those, oh my god, you have a dog now?
Yes, he always was with me. I mean, like his name is Frankie.
Wait, is it like really your dog? Like,
It is not. He's not my dog. He's a dog of all family, and
uh,
but I'm attached to him definitely. He's not mine,
wow,
like mine. I cannot say
uh,
this.
wow.
He's
He's a good
amazing.
boy.
He's a very
Well, he reminds me of some Soviet, how it's called, fluffy bear or something.
yeah, like he reminds Teddy toy. He's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
energetic, and he always likes to sleep with me.
Wow, even likes increased. I think it was 20, but now 22.
Yeah,
For the dog, push likes, guys.
he's amazing, amazing, and very friendly. Yeah.
Mm. Where is my water?
What about you? Do you like dogs or maybe do you like cats?
Well, I think I prefer cats because dogs beat me a few times. One time, like here,
Like,
and here, like yeah, back part, you know.
yeah, it is. But what about Thailand? Do you have there a lot of stray dogs or maybe?
Yeah, in Thailand, lots of stray dogs. There are also 7-Eleven dogs, so called. They lay down near 7-Elevens and catch the cold air because it's so hot from air condition.
Yeah,
They are called like 7-Eleven dogs. Yeah, usually they're friendly, but if you go to some alley,
mm-hmm.
they can become angry. Yeah, but cats here, it's like in Russia, many cats, and cats are good. In some countries, cats run away from you, but here,
Yes.
cats not afraid of you at all. So because it feels like people love cats here.
Wow. I think that in Russia I had a lot. Uh, I saw a lot of stray cats and stray dogs, and I always was trying to feed stray cats because, I mean, They're not so, I don't know, many programs to support them. Do you know maybe Thailand, do you have their like programs to support stray
I
animals?
think in Thailand it's many stray dogs, but not many stray cats. Usually cats has owners. Usually they have this,
Yeah,
uh, belts, but they just run on the street, like no freely. Like
yeah.
in hotels, there are cat hotels, like they just walk around hotel, catch rats, for example, and yeah. But dogs, it's a lot of stray dogs here,
Are they chipped?
and
Do they have chips so that?
no, they
Oh,
don't. So it's not as much as in Turkey, but lots of stray dogs. Yeah, sometimes it's maybe the only danger here in Thailand. I feel the dogs.
I think that it counts, but I don't know. Like for example, I've heard that in Tbilisi there are a lot of stray dogs too.
Yeah,
No?
Tbilisi is crazy. I was there one time, 5, 6 years ago. It was crazy. Yeah, but they're very fed well, and yes, they have these things in Tbilisi. How
Chips.
it's called?
Chip is
Yeah,
that chipped? Yeah. Ah.
yeah. So yeah, but still sometimes they get aggressive. Like for example, there I saw some moment when some foreigner was dressed in some weird clothes, very colorful, and he had like this
Mm-hmm.
paper, like "Please help me to travel," And the dog saw this, like he looked like a clown, very colorful, and
Yeah.
the dogs didn't like these colors. They started all attack him. But the bar, cafe, restaurant owners, they do like this, and all dogs run away because these dogs, listen to these waiters.
Yeah.
Usually dogs just lay down, but sometimes it's too many dogs. They just do like this, and all dogs run away immediately. They
They know
understand.
who is feeding them. They know who
Yes,
is
yes.
feeding them. As a result, they like listen them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it is sad situation actually. I hope that there will be less stray dogs. I know that here in America, I never saw stray dog for 2 years. Never in Houston, at least.
Yeah, I think I also can't remember any stray dog when I was in America.
But about stray cats, I saw once, only once, and I was shocked that I saw stray cats. And I'm like, since then I didn't see them. But I was surprised. Is it stray or not? I was even shocked because usually you can find here a lot of organizations where students volunteering, working, and not only students, a lot of people. Yeah, it is quite good situation compared to some countries. Yeah,
Well, I'm okay with stray cats because usually they are not dangerous. And in Russia,
yeah,
babushkas feed them usually, like so, and they catch rats
yeah.
like here in the hotel. I feel bad for rats, but here it's too many rats also. Do you know that rats came from China originally? I found out recently. No,
No.
no, historically from like this region, South Asia, South
Hmm.
Asia somewhere. Not only from China, but from this region. But
Yeah,
then when people started to use ships like around, in
the
the sea,
world.
oceans,
Yeah,
cross the oceans, yeah, now they live everywhere. So I recently got to know it. By the way, here they eat rats in some parts of Thailand. I saw some woman walk like with the plate on her head, and many cooked rats. You
with
know,
tails, like a
yeah, yeah, with scales, but without fur. They remove
yeah,
the skin, so it's like the smoked
yeah, yeah.
rats.
It's
They
kind
eat.
of. I think that in Asian countries they have a huge variety of alternative food, let's say like this, because
Yeah.
like sometimes they like to eat bugs. It is like it can be a protein and cockroaches and stuff like this. Actually, in many countries they have this practice now. They're trying to create, even in Kazakhstan, maybe you heard that, like some factories for alternative food, because it considered that there is deficit of protein on human be like
Yeah, I've heard
population.
even in Russia, I think they kind of there
Yeah,
were talks about some cockroach protein bars, like
yes,
something like that. But yeah. By the way, you reminded me about this because to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Asian food, but specifically in Thailand, it's not KGB. But specifically in Thailand, you can find all kind of food. But in some other countries in Asia, yeah, I'm very picky. It looks weird for me and so on. But in specifically in Thailand, yeah, you can buy just chicken, whole chicken, smoked chicken, and it's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, but in general, yeah, there's like rats, cockroaches. I also don't want to eat.
Let's say a couple words. Thank you to donators who gave support already. And I see Lisa Pimi. I don't know. Thank you, Lisa. Anyway, I hope that you're doing well. And you said, Alex, what is your least favorite thing about living? Least favorite thing in America? It is like not favorite, what I do not like. Yeah.
Yeah, лист это наименьший, типа, наименьший.
Yeah. Um, I'm not telling that I like everything. There always you can find upside downs. What I do not like, I need to think about before telling this actually. What I do not like. Um, there will be several things actually, not one. Number one, which I think it is in my situation, it is price expensive because I'm relying always on support of Americans, like with whom I'm living right now, and on support of our YouTubers, subscribers. I think it is price. It is expensive to live here, and this I think quite important for me. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, by the way, I was shocked. I don't know if you want to tell about it, but you remember you told me about insurance prices. Can you tell how much it costs?
Oh, yeah. So, for example, if we are talking about price, insurance is important for everyone who is going to the university. It is must to have thing. It is something that you must to have. Like minimum will be per month, like $270, $250 per month. It is health insurance for every student. Of course, you know that some countries have salary per month $200 plus, and here you need to pay only for health insurance. For me, it is not affordable thing. I think because it will be in tuition, like for example, I paid for my education, like for example, for one semester, if you will pay for, you need to always think about additional 2000s plus per semester except of tuition, like there will be tuition plus insurance. It is a huge amount of money, and it is something that you need. There are like programs, loans you can pay after finishing your graduation. You will pay for during years, like one.
Wow.
Yes,
I
it is.
remember when you told me this $300, and I told you, is it for a year? and you said no,
No.
it's for a month.
I
I
was
was like,
shocked
oh my
too.
god.
That's what I'm talking. It is expensive and not so. Yeah, sometimes like yeah, I think that it is. That's why I say this least favorite thing because without support of people who's, but you can find generous people. Who is helping, and I hope that one day I will cover this. Oh, just yeah,
Oh
but we will see. Oh,
no,
yeah.
I see, I see. Yeah, that is working on my daughters in the UK. You get free healthcare. Hi, Lindsay, but I've heard that when you have this free healthcare, for example, yes, it's free, but you can wait for a very long time for appointment with the doctor. You know, like I've heard like that for 2 months or something like that. So pros and cons. Same like in Russia, we have free healthcare, yeah, but if you need some specialist, there is a line like for 2 months or 3 months sometimes.
Um, in Russia, situation is complicated. On the words, they say that we have healthcare. It is like, or like, yes, you have budget clinics, stuff like this. But pretty often, if you want to have a good like doctor who will explain you in better way, you will prefer to save money to go to the private clinic anyway. If you want to have good treatment, pretty often it is happening that yes, basic needs you can cover basically, but if you want to have more than basics, like you have injury for your knee, you need to you would prefer probably to go to private clinic.
It's kind of like if you lost your teeth and you don't want golden teeth here, you need to go private to put like
Yes,
a black
yes, it's
teeth,
like
something like
they
that.
can put you teeth, but it will be golden or something like it will not match. They do not think about ethics, how it looks like, but they will do this. It will be the cheapest one, but it is better, of course, than nothing. I'm not telling that it is, yeah. But yes, usually people prefer to go to private clinics. It is true, yes.
You have new money, I think.
Seriously?
New
Wow.
money.
It is Lisa again. Thank you. Some of the ACA marketplace plans, bronze plans are free. I don't know if you qualify, but you may want to look into it. Another thing about qualify or not. I'm not qualified for major like a majority of health insurance, like because you need to be American citizen in order to qualify for some benefits. A lot of immigrants, even if they are green card holders, they do not qualify for many programs. It is important. If they pay taxes, they work in, but they do not have these benefits as American citizens. It is upside down. Yeah, it is true. Yes.
Hmm.
How? Yes, I want to ask you questions because I'm talking a lot at the end of the day, like your guest. But what do you think about like salaries in Thailand, or maybe is it affordable for people who is living there to live there?
Well, local salaries are not high, you know, so that's what I'm saying. It's a perfect country for tourists or expats. Many Westerners retire here. But well, from what I've heard, for example, worker in 7-Eleven would get like maybe 13, 15,000 baht. Let's say 15,000 baht, it would be maybe around $450, something like that, you know. And prices here is a bit higher than in Russia. I would say it's still cheap, but a bit higher than in Russia.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard job to work at 7-Eleven. You know, they work like robots there, especially in tourist areas, like non-stop. And they warm food for you, like make coffee everything. So yes, not very high salaries for the locals. I don't know much, but I know like about the 7-Eleven salaries. Yes, but some I've heard some like girls, women who work in bars, they can get a lot of money, but also they need to drink alcohol, so not very good job. So
Yeah,
it's like they do it, but then many leave this job, for example.
it is not
But
a for job for temp for short period of time because it
yeah,
is
they work like they just need to talk with clients, drink. Like if you buy them drinks, they
ah
get commission. It's not like they work, they give you, like
yeah,
a barman or barwoman, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah. So yes, but salary is not high here. Yeah. But
Lean,
surprisingly, they have, like in America, they have many pickup trucks here. Like
yes,
those huge trucks.
especially in Texas.
Yeah, Texas, but here it's the same. Like many, because I've heard there is some government program which helps to buy these trucks because they are very expensive compared to simple cars, small cars. But yeah, it's like this is similarity between USA and Thailand that they have
Yeah.
crazy amount of pickup trucks here.
There is a question for you from Lindsay. And by the way, hello to Lindsay. Hi to you. And she's asking you, Sergey, are you planning to stay in Thailand now? Or do you have plans to return to Russia again? Quite interesting question.
Well, for now, I'm not planning to return to Russia because I already was there too many times. Like 6 months now, I lived from January to like almost July. So maybe if it was closer, and I was richer, maybe I could go. But but tickets cost like crazy money, and it's the first thing. The second thing, I don't really know what to film in Russia anymore, and also you need to be quiet, like on YouTube and so on. And I'm not like those YouTubers who say like very strong things about politics, but still I said something, maybe a little bit there or here, and I just wouldn't feel free to film videos now in Russia.
Um, wow. But yeah, it is. You mentioned about YouTube. It looks like they will be more difficult to use YouTube there in Russia.
Ah, yeah, now it's like doesn't work anymore. I made a live stream with Lisa from Russia, and she showed it doesn't work. But with VPN still works, but it maybe will be like in China, because in China you could use VPNs going YouTube through VPN, but on some days they blocked all VPNs. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if it could not work for 1 week, for example, but then you can start using it again. Yeah, but no information, hiding information they don't want.
Yeah, yeah, I think that it is like something that was like people were talking about banning in Russia, how it is called, YouTube. It is sad, of course, tendency, but I see that it's happening. Like everyone likes to ban something. It is something that people, I don't know, in power like to do sometimes. Yeah. Oh, some people said Linda US said Alex can go to discount health clinics based on income for basic care. I always was like thinking about like I was receiving some suggestions, but I was not able to find what I need. I mean, problem maybe in me also that I was not looking well, and sometimes yeah it is it can be a problem in me like because but anyway I didn't find. Yeah,
Mhm.
do you see any questions in our chat because
Yeah, guys, you can ask some questions, for example.
Yes, it would be nice to have questions if you will have. Alex, are you living in different place? No, I'm living in same place. Just it is the same place, my room. Thank you for asking this. I'm doing this live stream from Houston, and you say that what do you like most? Like people ask me what I do not like most in America. But what do you like most in Thailand? Like because you have experience of living in America, what do you like most in Thailand? And maybe what you do not like most in Thailand, like to be more try to be more objective.
Yeah, interesting question. Like I already mentioned, kind of what I like here, but from what I don't like, that it's kind of dangerous driving style here,
Mm.
and it's not the worst in Asia. Like in Vietnam, China, it's worse than in Thailand. But here there are no pathways, how it's called,
Mm.
trottoir
Yeah.
pathways. Like often you don't have it. So yesterday I went to some local cafe, and it's like the road, and
Yeah.
immediately the fence with a door, cafe.
Hmm.
So I walked from it, and like the motorbike passed me like that. So I just didn't even realize, So it's kind of dangerous here. Also, that it's not many trash cans here. Like, for example, they just put trash in bags, and at night they pick
Hmm.
it up, like they do in New York. I don't know how they do it in Texas. Maybe
In
the same.
Texas, it is everything different. I mean, like it is not
No, but
the
in
same
Texas,
New York.
for example, some restaurants, cafe owners, do they put their trash just on the road in the back?
No, of course not. You have like how it is called
Can
trash can,
trash cans.
but it looks
Uh,
quite well. It doesn't look like it looks well. I mean, like you put in front of the house this can, and inside you put this trash. I didn't
yeah.
see that people will. It doesn't look terrible because car is then going around like neighborhoods and picking up automatically these trash cans.
Ah,
Yeah, it is
yeah, but
happening.
in Thailand there are not many trash cans, so they just put it on the street. Like in New York, they do the same. In New
Mhm.
York also, that's why you have rats running around, and it smells. So, but at least in New York, as I remember, they have more trash cans. But here, for example, I often walk with, like, I drink something, some trash. I need to
Yeah,
walk with it for a long time because no trash cans at all. Yes, but that's what I remember now. What I don't like, but I think maybe I don't like something else as well. Just can't remember now. But yeah.
but what about your? Now you're there like as a tourist, yeah,
Mm.
and do you think about staying in Thailand as in future as a citizen, like to become a citizen of Thailand, or you will be always thinking about yourself as a tourist there and to look from these perspectives?
Yeah, you know what? I think even if I wanted, it's almost impossible to get the citizenship of Thailand. It's like if I was Thai blood,
Yeah,
with Thai blood, maybe it would be possible. But otherwise, even if I would marry here, I think it's almost impossible to become a Thai citizen. But yeah, I'm not planning of doing it. Like Lindsay, I think, asked if I want to stay longer in Thailand. Yeah, now I want to stay longer here, maybe for 1 year, 2 years, because I'm a bit tired to travel also. You know, how to say, like I just want to stay, maybe fix my mental state a little bit, go to gym, something like that.
Yeah.
And then continue traveling and maybe to go to capitalist America as well. But I need money for it.
You want to go to capitalist America?
Yeah, of course, I want to cross all America, come to Houston to help them fix their problem. Because, they're saying Houston will have a problem, so I will come to help them to fix this problem.
Wow, I like your idea because I think that traveling around America, it is
Yeah.
very on by yourself on your car. It is
Yeah,
a
yeah, I
very
want
good
in the
idea.
car and sleep in the car. Not all the time, but sometimes like staying in some
Yeah.
motels on the road. But yeah, it's crazy expensive. Like maybe cheapest hotel would cost
Who
$100. Yeah.
knows? Who knows? Maybe one day you will realize this dream because um I don't know. If I will be rich, maybe I will give you car. If I will when
Mm.
at this point when you will arrive to America, if I will have opportunity to buy a car and to give this to you, why
Yeah,
not?
maybe in 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah. But it is good idea. I like this idea because I was thinking about this, but I know priority must be priority. Education usually because we have amazing professors in our university. I must be
Mm.
honest with this. And our professor told us, his history professor, he told us that pretty often people divided by level of education. A lot of people they divided by quality and level of education.
Quality.
Yeah, and pretty often that if you will look on neighborhoods which is safe and where more people who has higher education and the neighborhood without where percentage like people do not have so high education, where do you want to live? And of course he was advertising by this like of course I want to live in good neighborhood and with a better quality of living.
Wow, but you know what? I thought it's impossible to say such things in America. I thought it's like not politically correct to say like that in America, especially.
What is not correct?
No, like
To
that. Wow, like not educated people, something like that.
no, what is
They're like they're not as good, something like that.
no. You cannot. Nobody is telling that somebody is good or bad. It is not about judging somebody. It is about trying to improve your quality of life, and it is about like for example, every you want to have a car. I
Yeah.
want to have a good quality of education. And as a result, of course, it is not about offending anyone, but about desire to wish something better for your life. And usually, people who has education, they have more opportunities in career. That's that it is not working same in Russia, for example. If you have higher education in Russia, basically everyone can have this there
Ah, you
because
can
it
buy
is
it.
more
Like,
affordable in Russia. But it doesn't
ah,
mean that you will have good career there because usually in Russia works connection. If you have good connections, if you have like for example a relative who can give you like a job like you will be director there in this
oh,
industry in this company. That's how like connections works in Russia, but here more works education like competition. If you
like
have
you're
good quality of education, if you have experience, if that means that you're more compatible, and it is not about offending anyone but about trying to
yeah, I was just half joking, something like that.
yeah.
Because also maybe it depends of the state. I think maybe in some more liberal states, like maybe it would sound offensive to them, you know. No, I don't know. In
I
America,
don't
it seems
see
like.
anything offending in desire and wanting to improve yourself. I
Yeah,
think
I mean, you don't see it, but maybe they would see it like that. I don't know.
I mean,
But yeah,
there's
yeah,
so many
yeah,
opinions, so many people, and trying to match opinion your to trying to match your opinion to others. It is like I don't know. It is not worth of your time.
yeah. Oh, many my subscribers, Whispering Poet here, also Scott Nesbitt. Maybe they are also your subscribers.
Yeah,
Guys, push likes by the way.
I want to have. I want to wear more warm thing. It is
Oh, is it cold now in Houston?
actually
Have
we
you
had
had
a
this
snow.
with snow? Yes, snow. Wow.
Yes, we had a snow. It was I did even a snowman. I did the post
Wow.
couple days ago. We it snow is not happening here so often, but it was recently, and these days it was warmer. But now it is becoming again a little bit cold.
By
Yes,
the way, was it your first snow after leaving Russia?
yes, a real
Uh,
snow, not imitation like a little bit. It was real snow. Uh,
uh.
I
But
like.
what's the temperature is now? And by the way, did you learn this Fahrenheit thing? Or you still
No, I
use
didn't
Celsius?
learn this. So already 2 years it is talking about me. But yes, I'm trying to adjust to understand the system. But it is now
It's
probably
crazy.
70 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have big logic, I think. It has some logic, but it's not connected to water. It's like something 32 degrees, I think, when it's freezing, something like that, Fahrenheit.
I want to
But
look.
but but zero Fahrenheit, it's not water freezing, it's something else freezing. But water, which is we use the most in the world, it's crazy system. But how much? How many Celsius now?
Let's look. I open this. I know I see this in Fahrenheit, 63 Fahrenheit. In Celsius, I don't know how much is it. I have no clue.
You
Maybe
have a
20.
computer with you. You can
Yes, I
transfer
will
Google.
in Celsius. Let's look. 17. 17.
Wow. But do you have a like heating, central heating there, like in Soviet Russia? You know, like
What do you mean?
batteries.
Oh no, it is not common here, at least in Houston. Something is
Yeah.
telling to me that in more northern states, you will find this. When you was in New York City, did you see the heating system?
Yeah, they had in the buildings, like not no where I lived in apartments buildings. I think it's just different from Russia. That in Russia usually some big heating station and water goes in tubes, you know, to
Yeah,
many houses. But
yeah,
over there they have kind of small stations near every building. Like and when they feel cold, they like launch it in the, for example, in the basement
yeah.
of the. Yes, but it was pretty warm. Yeah, but it wasn't like 24 hours, you know. Sometimes when it gets warm, they turn it off, but for a night they turn it on, for example, like that. Yeah, but for example, now you don't use anything to warm yourself,
Um,
like any, you know, electrical heaters, something like
I do
that.
not use any electrical heater, but you can on the ceiling it can have like this warm temperature, like you can regulate your temperature in the room by these buttons they have. and you
It's
can
like
turn
air
this,
conditioning, but you
yeah,
can use
conditioning
it warm,
system.
for warm. Yeah, but I don't like it. It makes dry air. I start coughing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Too
I
much.
can
Yeah, you
hear
see, but I think
thunderstorm
Soviet
outside.
system. Yeah. Huh?
I can hear thunderstorm outside. It is,
Wow, you see that happening right now?
yes, I'm surprised actually. I didn't know. Yeah,
Wow, I'm afraid to go to America now.
come on.
Nah, yeah, yeah.
Um, did you find a favorite food in Thailand for yourself? Traditional food, something that not Russian, but do you accept
Well,
Thailand food by itself?
well, as I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Asian food, but in Thailand you can find some tasty things. Like I love their soups. Soups are
Soups.
amazing. Yeah, soups kind of like in Russia we have, but different tastes. And like pork noodle soup, some only like vegetables with some balls, like pork balls or chicken. And yes, I love soups here in general.
They
And
have
also
this.
7-Eleven food I love here.
They have their soups with noodles and meat. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Noodles, meat, vegetables.
yeah.
Very healthy kind, because not in many countries I found out there are soups. Like in America, I think soups not very popular, as I remember. Is it true?
I think you're right in this way. Of course, it is not popular. I cannot say that for this time I was eating so many soups. It is true.
Mm.
Majority of the time it is salads, something like this. I'm trying to eat healthier these days, but
Mhm.
you're right.
Yeah, but sometimes you want some soup, like some light food,
Yeah,
kind of this, and drink this broth. It's called, I think, bouillon broth.
yeah.
Like it's amazing. Yes. The only other country I saw soups, also many soups, was Turkey. I was surprised. I thought they only have kebabs, like this kind of food, but
Yeah.
they have many soups as well. Yeah. By the way,
Uh,
do you cook yourself, or how? Like, what do you eat in
I
America?
problem is that I do not cook.
Yeah, it was scary.
Oh my god, it was loud.
Well, maybe we are watching live, the beginning of American like horror movie, like horror movie or the end of the world kind of movie. Live stream.
uh,
It starts like this, but then
yes, it was really loud, and there was lightning in the room. Maybe you saw or not. It was like a flickering light because, like outside, it was lightning.
maybe you need to rewatch, re- rewatch it. But yeah, the sound was crazy.
Yeah, but what we were talking about, I forget completely about everything. Um, do I cook or not?
Yeah, yeah. Do you cook
Yes,
yourself?
actually, I do not cook. I'm terrible at cooking.
But
Yes.
what do you eat? Like, what do you eat usually in a day, or how?
I like to eat salads. As I said before, usually I like to go to cafes, eating there, and pretty often of course, I'm using fast food. Like I'm trying to eat healthier. Of course, usually more healthier variant it is Subway because they have more fresh, how it's called, vegetables, veggies. And yes, usually, I prefer to have salads by itself. There you can find salads like how it is called, where I'm going. It is not like there you can find vegan restaurants and not vegan. And I went there already many times. Just salads. Yeah.
Mm, wow. So Do you use this delivery as well?
I use bike because delivery it is additional money. I go on bike and everything. America is Houston is great in this way. It has plenty of amazing pavements. You say the sidewalks, and they're
Yeah,
quite
here in
wide.
Thailand they don't.
Yeah, here it is amazing. If you have electric bike or just a bike, you will have you will feel yourself comfortable. It is not everywhere, let's be honest, but generally speaking, I feel myself comfortable. If you will choose, you need to choose track for yourself. Oh, but yeah, you can find ways. Generally, I love this. Yeah, it is
Mhm.
much better than, for example, in Russia. Like if you was in Vladivostok, and I know that you was there, uh, you will know how it is important for person who is living in Vladivostok to have a good pavements and sidewalks. And I was riding on bike in Vladivostok, and I will say that it is dangerous there. Here it is affordable. It is something everywhere you can find places where you can park your bike, and that is making your trip more convenient. Yeah,
Yeah, America, I think most of America was built by the plan. You know, kind of road, pathway, these houses, these fire hydrants. So yeah, I understand. But Vladivostok might be more chaotic, chaotic buildings. You know,
yeah,
they built here, there, over here. Yeah, I see, I see. But America maybe because it's younger nation, not that young, but you know they started built by plan and like they had cars, many cars, so they built it like this infrastructure
yeah,
already. But in Soviet Union, it was kind of the idea that people need to use only like public transport, you know. So
yeah,
maybe that's why. But still, in Russia, it's much better than in Thailand in case of pass walks and stuff like that. So everywhere pros and cons, you know.
it is true. It is important to understand that everywhere in every country, so own benefits you can find. Or like you said, pros and cons, and upside downs you can find in any country. And it is important do not to be try to be objective always, because in some countries you can find better, I don't know, immigration policy. Like in Thailand, you can stay. How many months you can stay there? 3 months for free?
Now 2 months and then you can extend for 1 month. But if
Uh,
you wish, like there are ways to stay more, maybe making border and something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Mr. D said, I live in North America, I believe. I live in North America and there is zero delivery services in my village, so forget it. Um, in village,
I think
you,
those people who live in small towns or villages in North America, you know, it's like they go to this by car, like what I saw in TV series or movies or something. They go like 2 times a week maybe to the big, how is it called, Walmart or something like that, and they buy like the whole car of food, something like that. You know, maybe that's what they do
yeah.
in North America.
I believe that in any country you can find such villagers, especially big countries. It is like something, even if we will look for Russia, compare from with Russia, because I know better Russia than Thailand. That's what I'm talking about, Russia. And yes, you can find the villagers, their access to post offices, they do not have this access. They do not have post offices, they do not have even stores, and they sometimes they have cars, and they ride like
Yeah, like
from one
Bukhanka,
village.
Bukhanka.
Yes, from one village to another, and sometimes people. I was watching some documentary recently, and people were waiting. Like usually in such villages live older generation, young generation trying to move from these places, and
Yeah,
retired people. Yeah,
yeah, I
who
know what you're talking about. It's like in the village where I went, like where my grandfather was born.
Mhm.
Like it's like that. This and the thing is that it's also more expensive in the village to buy products than in the cities because someone needs to bring it to the village. And for example, in that village where my grandfather was born, when I was a kid, when I went there, like first time maybe 20 years ago, there were like three shops in the village, but now just one left. But in another village, uh, in some other villages, no shops left at all. It's like yeah, but yeah, people go on this Bukhanka, this Soviet, you know,
Mhm.
car, like was buy products in some closest town in just supermarket. But when they buy it in some supermarket, they have to resell it for bigger price, yeah, to
Yeah.
have some money and stuff like that. So in the villages, like it's also very there are no jobs. Like I've heard some people talk. For example, they work like in some closest town. They earn like 30,000 rubles. It's like now $300. Yeah,
It will
in
be
two,
good if they will have such salary there.
but on two jobs. On two
Ah, on two
jobs.
jobs. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he said like 30,000 rubles. Well, that time ruble was a bit stronger when I was this
Mhm.
time in the village, but still, no $350, let's say.
Yeah.
And 350 for and he worked daytime, and at night he was working as a security kind of, who watch for the territory. So
Mhm.
he was sleeping there a little bit. So yeah, and also everything more expensive in the villages. So maybe
Yeah.
some people would think, well, in the village would be cheaper than in Moscow, for example. No, it would be much more expensive. No, more expensive in the village than in Moscow to buy, like, for example,
Yeah.
beer, same beer would cost more expensive in the village.
It is completely true. Completely agree with you. Here's because I was living in village. First, my years. I'm like I think 16 years old. I was
Mm.
in village in forest of Russia, and I know this even from my own experience. I not like yeah from stories, and it is something that I think usually every Russian know that. That's why young people like to live in big cities, in bigger communities, because there are usually more opportunities and uh,
Yeah, Russia is kind of centrist country. Everything goes to Moscow or some other big cities, but
yeah,
from those big cities, like still something goes to Moscow.
yeah.
But in America, I think it's more stable. Like they have these big corporations in many states, like in Texas,
Hmm.
California. But I heard from California they moved to Texas now. Like Microsoft, I think it's in Washington State. In different states, like they have like these opportunities. But yeah, in Russia it's like centralized.
America
Everything
in
go.
this way, very states in America they're competitive, and as a result, like one state decided, oh, we want to have investments, a lot of them, a lot of money, and states they, as a result, in order to make their more like how to say better place for living, they're trying to create some programs for companies, some deciding like to read off from for taxation, so they have different things. As a result, it is like, yeah, taxes
That's
considered as
competition,
state.
yeah.
Yeah,
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 yeah. So maybe that's why some Californian companies I've heard move to Texas now. So it's,
yeah,
but then California would need to respond something. Maybe they will make some
yeah.
like us
Sooner or
to
later,
invite
yeah, sooner or
competition.
later, they will need to answer. They will need somehow to to create, because it is a matter of surviving. It is a like you need to have investors, you need to have business here, people here working and stuff like that. And of course, sooner or later they will create some programs. It is a matter of time, and maybe they already create, and I don't know. I'm not following all this. Yeah,
Mhm.
but what about Thailand? Do you
Well,
feel
Thailand
that?
also kind of like Russia, maybe centralized. There is like the capital Bangkok, the huge city, but in provinces the situation is worse, kind of poorer. And also, many people go to the capital
Mhm.
Bangkok or like to work in some tourist areas, where they can earn more money in tourist season, for example. Yes, but Bangkok is amazing city. It's kind of with pros and cons, kind of like Moscow, amazing city. But if you go further, you will see like that it's not as much developed than
And
capital.
do you live now in Bangkok or outside of in
Yeah,
village?
now I'm in Bangkok, but I was traveling around. I
Yeah.
was in south of Thailand this time. But I mean, it's not that bad. It's not bad at all in the
Hmm.
provinces of Thailand. I mean, just comparing to Bangkok, it's lower level,
Hmm.
and but still the roads are good everywhere in Thailand. I'm surprised.
Hmm.
Like for example, in Russia, it's not the case. Like in Russia, roads, but here everywhere you go, roads are amazing.
Yeah.
They say climate, yeah, climate affects in Russia, but here they have crazy rains. These tropical rains. I was on the
Yeah.
islands. It was like five
I heard
five days non-stop rain. Like it was
it is
rivers. It
crazy.
also, yeah, it also affects the roads. But still
Yeah.
roads are okay here. So yeah,
I have a question. Did you visit some traditional places like in Thailand? They have temples, and did you visit them? And what was your experience?
yeah. I was visiting them mostly when I was first times in Thailand. Uh, but to be honest, I'm not that much interested in it myself. Like, but I was visiting them. Yeah, it's like you feel something.
Hmm.
How to say? I forgot that word. Even in Russian, I forgot. Like some sacred or how to say, some feeling inside. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, the
like
smell is good. Like this, they have some smell. I don't know from свечки, как тут свечи?
candles from
From
candles
candles or from some flowers. So the atmosphere is good, but I was in
environment.
environment. Yeah, still I can't remember the exact word, but
Hmm.
like I was mostly in those tourist places. Still many tourists. But it would
Hmm.
be more interesting just to go like to some remote place. And by the way, here if you go out like at 5 in the morning, you will see many monks, Thai monks in orange
Yeah.
uniform, walk and pray. People meet them. People give them food in the morning, and they pray like for these people. If you go out 5, 6 in the morning, you will see monks walk barefoot on the streets here in Thailand.
Have you ever considered to be not crazy Russian Sergei but a monk? monk, to be like
Uh,
to have this dress and to become more spiritual person and
no, to be honest, no. But I was very religious when I was a kid, teenager, but
yeah.
now I'm not very religious. Yeah, but even when I was very religious, I still didn't want to become monk or, because I dreamed about like because monks, you can't do anything. How to say, you are closed in this territory. How to say, you can't
Ah,
even do boom boom or something like that.
and that means you will not use YouTube if you will be a monk.
Huh?
And it means that you will not be able to use YouTube, and you cannot be a blogger, a YouTuber.
Yes, but those time I didn't think about YouTube, but if
Yeah,
I was dreaming to become like football player, something like that.
yeah.
But monk is like, yeah, and you can't have wife if you are a monk. You
No,
can't have children. Did you know about that?
I didn't know, but actually, I never was thinking about being a monk too, and I think that it is a style of living not for everyone, for sure, because you need so much responsibilities. Not only responsibilities, everyone has responsibilities. It is about restrictions, and because responsibilities you can find even if you're not a monk or anything else. But restrictions which they have, like territory, I don't know. It's like wearing uniform for me sometimes, such type of clothes. As a result, you feel yourself like, I don't know. It is not so good.
Yeah, it's for certain people. It's like,
Yeah.
when I was finishing the high school, like I was thinking maybe I can become a spy, like for Russian spy. So I just had this idea maybe for a month or two. So I started searching like this spy opportunities, like there are like this spy universities in Russia.
What the hell you was doing?
Yeah,
Oh,
I checked it, how to say, because that time like 2000 like 9 2010 I was like more like patriotic, something like that. Well, and Russia wasn't as crazy, like politically government as
yeah.
now. So yeah, I looked for it. Yeah, there is a, like real spy university in Moscow, near Moscow. But then I thought, okay, you need to be very responsible on this job, but I can't even go to school on the not to be late. So yeah, it wasn't for me this job.
I think that it is something that not for everyone for sure, but I see here Zoran Balkan boy. It's the same Balkan boy. He said, "Hey Alex." He's addressing to me, but he wants from me that try make Sergey having some cool haircuts. Actually, I'm not able to do so. But do you think maybe in future to grow maybe or to change haircuts or what do you think
But
about this?
Zoran, I thought you liked my last haircut. It's like the on the street in Thailand, the professional did for me. I
I
think
think it
it's
was
good now.
fine. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
maybe
think that
yeah, now I think Zoran is good.
it is
Well,
good. It is
by
not
the
so
way,
bad.
see my hair, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I think I noticed it. My hair became more blonde because of the sun.
Ah, yeah,
I
it is.
think so.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I see this. Alex is becoming a capitalist. I'm not so capitalist as maybe I want to be because usually in my mind when I hear word capitalist, it people have money in their pockets. I'm not such kind of capitalist because come on,
yeah,
this
I
result
call myself for now virgin capitalist. The beginner level of capitalist, virgin
virgin.
capitalist. No, it's like a joke. Virgin,
Yeah,
the
yes,
word
I got it. Like, yeah,
virgin capitalist, like the beginner level.
yeah.
Because uh, I'm not a virgin, but virgin capitalist. Like,
People asking question, Mr. D. Do you know Mr. D?
yeah,
Um,
Mr. Dear, Minister of Energy and First
it is
Question.
the same minister, and
Yeah,
he's asking, what do you think about the millions of immigrants USA will throw outside the country? Are you worried for Russians in USA? Is it question for whom interesting?
I think it's for you, but it's a kind of controversial question if you want to respond. But it's interesting question to be honest. I don't know.
Um, I think it is a very interesting question, and at first, I want to ask you, what do you think, Sergey? Because um, you are outside of America. Let's say like this.
Mm.
You're looking on this situation from different angle, and as a result, you're from like you're not involved into this. Let's say like this. You're not an immigrant. You're not living in America. What is your perspectives as looking from like from the distance?
Well, it's always hard nowadays, like because of political correctness to talk about it. But I think maybe it's a good thing when they deport like criminals, like who, like for example, I don't know, did some crimes in the United States and they came like illegally. I think it's maybe a majority of people would agree that it's better to deport them.
Yeah.
Yes, so in this case, I think it's a good thing. But in case of like deporting like children who study there, I don't know to be honest. But yeah, deporting criminals, maybe it's a good idea.
Against the children who is studying there, you don't know it is bad or good.
Uh,
I
yeah, you see,
think
it's controversial thing.
because
I,
it is like one of the things, like for example, I completely agree with you that it is important even in any country if you have criminals. It doesn't matter America, is Germany or Russia. If you have criminals and they assaulted something, stole something, did some another type of crime. Of course, these people, they like deportation them. It is logical. It is
yeah,
nothing
but you
wrong with
see, in some countries they
uh,
don't do it. Like, and I've heard in Germany they don't do it. Like,
the Germany don't do this.
they do it, but it's not always. They say like, okay, no, kind of let's give him another chance or something like that.
Same
But
situation about America. It is not happening always. I cannot say that they are always deporting these people. Like it is very, in many ways, individual. Still, but of course, I do not believe that it will be possible to migrate millions of people. It is
yeah,
sometimes
I also
speculation.
think it's. By the
It is
way, you know what? Maybe people in the comments will correct me, but I've heard it's like from like Ronald Reagan kind of started this immigration stuff in America, even though he is being loved, Ronald Reagan, by the Republicans, like kind of people who love no, America's number one, first. But as I know, it's Ronald Reagan started this big immigration to America. Yeah, it's already too late, I think, to deport like millions, like I don't know, 20 million people. But I would agree if they would at least deport like this, like who already, I don't know, killed someone, or not even small crime like stealing some small thing in this shop, like some
yeah,
food,
for small
but
crime it
but
is easy.
like someone beat someone, or like there was a when the guy from some Latin American country in New York burned some woman in the metro, and you have you heard about this story?
No, I
He
didn't
burned
hear.
her alive, like put on fire. So these people should be like deported
Wow,
immediately, I think. Yeah,
it is there. Of course, it is. Yeah, I didn't hear about this. And I see that people we can hide Alex if need be. Actually, I don't need to be hiding. I love and I enjoy my freedom because I am legally here, and I'm glad about this because, um, yeah, I have all proper documents. I don't need to worry about. But thank you for your support. Uh, Thank you.
Yeah, but what is your case like? If you want to talk about it, like because Trump now became president, he says about this like kind of deportations. But I think you already like have status some of in America, yeah?
Yes, I do not have green card yet. We applied with
What in
lawyers.
card?
Green card.
Ah,
Green
green card.
card. I do not have this yet, but
Uh,
we applied already several months for this. I have as refugee status, like many people who is asking asylum here because of what is happening in your home country. As a result, I have this status and I have a work permission, I have driver license, everything, all documentations I have, social security number and stuff like this. But my relationship towards immigration is number one. I don't think that my opinion is so important because for Americans, because I do not have right for voting. I'm not American citizen, and as a result, like what I think it doesn't matter in some way because my voice doesn't have a vote. That one thing. Another thing that I do not like that sometimes people making from immigrants like something is bad, like it is because America is country it was built on immigrants. It is country of immigrants, and now making for like generalizing everyone that everyone is bad. It is not so good attitude towards immigrants because immigrants they're different. We cannot do that. Oh, everyone is bad. It is not like this. If you go to Mexico, you will find there a lot of good people in Mexico. And in Mexico, a lot of good people, they not because they're like they're asking asylum, not like because life is difficult can be in other countries, and that's for sure. Just I hope that people will be not mistreat immigrants. That's what I hope for because sometimes um, it can happen if
well,
you yeah.
yeah, you know, I kind of know that there were like many immigrant waves to America. For example, first it was like English people mostly, like you know, then Germans, Irish, and they kind of, for example, I know that had not so good attitude to Irish immigration first, but then Irish people became like kind of American citizens, you know. Then it was Italian wave of immigration, and also they kind of were the Americans were uh, having like uh, подозрительный, как сказать.
Suspicious.
Yeah, they sort of them suspicious, you know, that this Irish or Italians, you know, they're not as we are, like in English or something. And yeah, but then they became kind of more, also American citizens and so on. So yeah, it was like this kind of waves of immigrations.
I need to tell about this for sure that America, like any society, is complicated. It is very complicated society. It has huge population, and sometimes people do not like this words like this phrase like melting pot. But
Mm.
sometimes people do not like this, but it is melting pot in many ways because America is very diverse, insanely diverse, and this diversity you can find doesn't matter where you will go. if you will go to Starbucks or maybe you will go to Subway, you will be surprised sometimes. I'm from my experience can see that all around me people they were speaking Spanish. Like only manager she was speaking English. And yes, America very diverse, and it is important to remember. And I hope that there will be balance between in relationships with immigrants. It's always important to have this balance, um, because America would not build it like without immigrants. And if we are talking about history, there was such type of groups like co-workers. Co-workers, they were religious people. They created settlements in North America, and they were one of them who was promoting against slavery, against a lot of things. Like they were promoting for human rights, and they were immigrants. That's what I'm talking about. And co-workers, they had huge impact in during like civil war. They like peacemakers usually, but at some point of time of their life, they're like, okay, we will take guns. They took guns like this, like despite that they're real against guns at all. Well, like, not against guns, but how to say their
Violence,
forces.
yes,
Yeah,
violence.
yeah. Anyway,
Well,
that's what I'm talking about. Immigrants can be different. Not everyone like. Yeah, it is important to have balance.
wow, did you learn it in your university like this?
Yes, I'm
What?
studying at university. I'm studying history now.
Ah, wow. By the way, do you know which is the biggest ethnicity in America? Even though it's all mixed, but maybe I want to ask you if you know. I'm interested.
uh, like
By number, like.
in
No,
America, very statistics works a little bit different. Like, uh,
no, still, yeah, I know, but for example, there is like some Americans I know they love to say it in my experience. Like they love to say, well, my grandma was Irish, my another grandfather was like French, so I'm like two like half French, one quarter Irish, one quarter something else. So, but the biggest number, if you ask like the person, what's your ethnicity back in the day, Do you know?
I have no clue. I'm not an expert in
Uh,
immigration or in this thing. Yes, I have no
well,
idea.
Gary Kim Klimchuk is right. It's Germans. I was surprised when I got to know about it. I got to know it maybe long time ago. Don't remember, but yeah, Germans. It's maybe 80 million Germans live in America with German background. It's like
Maybe,
crazy.
but it depends again from America is big. In Texas, it will be probably Hispanic.
Yeah, not in Texas as I remember.
In
Germans usually live like somewhere in the north, so as I remember.
Yeah, settlements were like in north they had what we yes in north they had more French, English
Yeah,
speaking, and
French. In Minnesota, it's like Finnish people. Also, I
yeah,
was surprised when I got to know about it. Why they chose Minnesota? Maybe because it's also cold, like in Finland. You know,
yeah. You can
it's
find even Slavic groups. There were settlements like in 1700
Brighton.
in California, Russian speaking
Ah,
people.
yeah, there was some Fort, Ross Fort, something like that. Fort Ross, I think it was called.
Yeah, I don't remember about name, but there were some Russians.
Yeah, it still exists like some as museum, I think, like this wooden buildings like Fort
Yeah,
Ross.
maybe. Yeah, you can find
Yeah,
this. I
yeah.
will investigate.
Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, was mentioning it before when when relations between Russia and US were better. When he was governor of California.
Yeah. Do you see that questions? Uh, um, oh, hello to Heather. Nice to see you, Heather. Thank you for your support. Hello to Christina. Hello to Ellen Hill. Hello to everyone like Sam Calvert. And
Well, we have shared subscribers, like many shared subscribers.
it is amazing actually that sometimes, yeah, we have the same people. Uh, People sharing opinion about Elon Musk, and Lisa told that German was almost our official national language in the 1800s. Is it
Oh
true?
wow. Maybe in some states, because still you can find some old people who speak German, like in America. I saw some videos on YouTube, like,
Lisa told also people are scared of what they do not know. As Sergei alluded to, America has faced this with every wave of immigration. What is
ah,
going
yeah,
on now
yeah.
with Latin American
Irish,
immigrants?
then like Italian, German, they were afraid.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like I cannot say that maybe generally it makes sense. Yeah, because I usually do not like to generalize to stereotype something. It is making situation a little bit not not good because you when you generalize like oh Russia is like all pro Putin, for example. It is sorry,
Mm.
but it is bullshit. I do not like to talk like this, but
Yeah,
still,
or in Thailand, for example, sometimes you can see some crazy Russian tourists, and you can see them, yes, but also you can see from other countries also crazy people. We just, for example, I'm as a Russian because I understand Russian language,
yeah,
I understand what they say, some bad words or something like that. So I feel it more also because I'm from Russia, but also from other countries I saw crazy tourists, especially when drunk, what they do, like it's, yeah.
yeah, it is. It is. It's but do you feel that like increased amount of Russian immigrants in Thailand for this year or months?
I think there was like the previous years, like 2023, when mobilization started,
Yeah,
But now I think it's still lots of Russians because Russians just can't go to many other countries. It's harder to go
yeah,
because, for example, before some rich Russians would go to, I don't know, Spain or Italy, but now it's harder with all of these visas and more expensive, so they just go to Thailand. So it's still a lot of people in Thailand. But in 2022, 2023, yeah, it was more people who left because of mobilization and stuff like that. But now those someone came back to Russia from those people, someone moved to another countries like maybe to America. So now it's kind of stabilized, I think. Yeah.
and about your plans to go to America, do you think that in future, approximately, I know that it is difficult to talk about this, especially when you do not have money to plan such kind of thing, because yeah, money talks. But approximately, would you do you think that you would go like after 5 years or maybe?
No, I think if realistically, I hope maybe in 2.5 years, I hope maybe like I'll won, But we'll see. But I hope maybe realistically 2.5, 3 years. But for now, I have like this $5,000 loan. But to go to America, you have to have lots of money, just even to show them that you have it for the visa. Like even if you stay in the cheapest hostels, but still you'll need to show them you have money. Maybe I don't know, $100 a day, something like that.
Yeah, it is interesting that as tourists you can go. You need to prove some financial stability probably, and
Yeah, yeah.
of course, if you go as by work visa, you need to show that you have an employer. Like
Invitation, yeah, something like that.
yeah, like it is. Yeah, they have a lot of.
Maybe
Yeah.
in some way it's even easier working with if you have this invitation. You don't need to prove maybe that you have money,
Um.
lots of money.
Maybe. Maybe I'm not sure about this, but there I see question from Gary Klimichek. Are people, I think it is more to you question. Are people realizing in Russia what is fixing to happen to economy? What? What's
That's
fixing?
fixing to happen. Like how to fix economy in Russia.
Yeah, I think it is
Ah,
like
what's fixing to happen? What's fixing? Well, I think most of the Russians now they don't care about the economy. No, they care about surviving. Yes, to have more money, but they don't think about this like big processes like economy, like oil prices or something like that. I think most of the people just don't think about it. Or
um,
they would blame America for this.
those who is watching probably TV, they are brainwashed, and yes, yeah,
Yeah,
completely.
but think most of people, yeah, they just don't even. They can complain about like low salaries and stuff like that, but they wouldn't go that far as thinking like that it's maybe because of like government or like oil prices. Like they just think
Yeah,
where to get more money, like to live or buy something, like.
difficult to think about such problems when you need to think about uh, paying your
Survival.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, many rich people, like in Moscow, for example, I feel like when people see some videos from Moscow, they see these expensive cars,
Hmm.
but it's maybe 1% of people live like that in Russia.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Not so many people.
No, okay, maybe not 1%. 1% is like really, really rich, but 10%, maybe 15, 20 live good life.
I think
But
20 is already too much. But 15,
oh
maybe
yeah,
10.
yeah, yeah.
It's just a feeling. It is this feeling is not based on statistics or professionalism. Just feeling that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, feeling
yeah,
guys. So I don't know exactly percentage
yes,
because
it
in the
is.
statistics they can say like Putin recently was an interview was Putin inside the Moscow State University having some discussion, and he asked the governor of Moscow like what is the average salary in Moscow, and governor
I saw this.
have you seen it? And the governor of Moscow said 140, 160,000 rubles, which is maybe around $1,500 now. But it's too big.
It
But
is
Putin,
insane. It
it's
is
too big.
insane.
Even for Moscow, it's too big. But but Putin was surprised that it's small. He thought
So
it's
oh,
bigger.
maybe it
So
is
he live in
bigger.
some other
Yeah, it is
world.
too. It is insane.
Yes, and. That's why I think when people stay too long in power, everyone is afraid, to tell them like the real situation. Because Putin himself from like poor family, so maybe he worked good first terms, he understood how people live. maybe, but then you just lose the information mind. Everyone is afraid to say you the real. But yes, that was funny that Putin thought it's even more in Moscow. Well,
He's
maybe in
just
Moscow, you know what? Maybe in Moscow it's real average salary. If, like there is like this different counting of salary. You know, average salary, median salary. So maybe average, if you count all of these billionaires, yeah, maybe will be $1,500. But median salary, it's like what most people get salary. So it will be much less than this, I believe, even in Moscow.
I do not
Yeah,
believe. It doesn't matter how many times they will tell in on Russian TV that salary, medium salary in Moscow, 140,000
yeah,
rubles.
but
I will
still,
never
it's
believe.
funny that he thought it even bigger. You
Yeah,
know, he
I'm shocked. Just it is not understanding reality, what is going on in Moscow. That is the level of like it is craziness. It is craziness when you do not understand what is happening, how people live in Moscow. What we are talking about outside of Russia, I mean outside of Moscow. Sorry, like it
he
is.
once, he also once said, you know, you see, he goes from high to low. Like, he, remember a few years ago, he said he believes 17,000 rubles is like the middle class
Yeah, yeah.
salary. So it's like, no, those time ruble was a bit stronger. So let's say maybe $200 a month is like middle class in Russia.
Yeah, it is just controversial in many ways speech from one person. On one hand,
Yeah, and
$17,000, and here we have more than it is just not
rubles,
logical.
rubles.
Yeah, oh yes, rubles. Sorry, it is just not logical. It
Yeah,
crazy. It is crazy, and it is something that you don't need to be a political expert.
yeah. I'm like not good at economy, you know. I'm not a
Yes, and you need to
professional.
be
It's just like
economist.
some weird stuff out of it.
Yes,
You
it
don't
is
need to
just
be a rocket. It's not like a rocket science, they say in English. You
yes. It is something on the surface anyone can grasp this and comprehend this. It's just something that you need to be professional, degree to have in economic fields, just on the surface, and it is crazy. And Alan Hill said, you know, Houston, Texas economy is bigger than most European countries. I think it is also something on the surface, something that everyone probably know on many people.
know. Yeah, but still they could pay more for to uh, subway workers, you know, Texas.
They could
Come.
pay more. I know this from my experience. They could pay more. And thank you for donation, Zoran Balkan Boy. Are you, Alex, planning going back to Russia? Oh my gosh, it is the thank you a lot, Zoran. I'm not planning to go to Russia. I'm planning to stay here in. I want to become eventually American citizen because it is.
But let's maybe ask this way, you know, will you ever come back to Russia at least for visiting, you know, maybe in 10 years, 20 years, do you think?
I don't see this happen now. What can happen after 10 years, I do not know. It will be speculation. At this moment, I don't see this happening. But I don't know like I cannot see future, and that's why like at this moment I just do not see this.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lisa Marshall, for showing that I need to read super chats. You are completely right, and thank you a lot for these super chat donations to Zoran, to everyone who is doing this. Yes.
Guys, and also reach subscribers of Alex, subscribe to my channel as well. Crazy Russian Sergey. Well, everyone subscribe, but rich capitalists especially.
Yes, it would be nice if you will subscribe to Crazy Russian Sergey channel. I'm sorry. It would be really
Yeah.
cool, and maybe here we have one potential sponsor who can help Crazy Russian Sergey to realize his dream and to be an
To
American
go
to
to
start.
America to
Yeah.
drive Toyota
Oh
Prius.
wow.
Whoa, whoa.
Thank you a lot, Gary, for your donation. It is very, very helpful. Thank you. You can also support by doing donation on PayPal. It is very good thing to do, and especially now, considering that education in America is not so cheap. I will be happy if you will support me because now I'm studying in University of Houston and it is my first semester ever here. It would be nice if you will support me. Yeah.
Alex, I just some thought came into my mind. I wonder if you experienced in America if they have it so scam calls, for
Oh,
like in Russia.
yes.
Do
They have
did
this.
you ever pick up the phone like and they wanted to scam you somehow?
Yes, I had calls and I have calls, especially, for example, if you're leaving your information in some websites. Uh, Sometimes this website can be not so well protected. It can happen, and as a result, your number can be out on the internet. Yes, and I was receiving calls from India, and I'm like, wow.
Microsoft support something like.
Yeah, and I was receiving these calls, and pretty often you can.
Mm.
I'm not American. I do not have rights for voting, but still, because they see your American number, they can be sending messages for campaign like, oh, you need to vote for this or for that. I always blocking these messages because it is illegal to vote if you're not have right to do this. And yes, I'm blocking this, and yeah, I'm receiving a lot of scams messages and calls. It is true.
Yeah, but like this kind of stuff to avoid for someone, it's more like a spam, I think, not a scam. Scam is like when they
um
want to trick you to give them money or something like that.
You will not believe how sometimes it can be advanced, like scammers. They can use different topics for scammers. For example, by relying on for example, if you like one party more than other, and by paying on all, people sometimes genuinely want to support this company. For example, if you are voting for Biden,
I
for Trump,
understand. I
and
understand. You mean like they say, for example, vote for this guy and help
yeah,
us with donation, but it's fake, not
yes,
the.
but it is for
Ah,
scam. They can
I see.
use your feelings, they can use your emotions and your pockets for own benefit.
So like help Donald Trump to become president, we have like donations
Yeah,
like for
s-
campaign, something like that.
yes, scammers
Yeah,
can
now I
use
see.
different techniques. Yeah, that's one of the things about
Wow,
scammers.
In Russia, like there is no point of such a scam because still one person will win always or one party, so no,
Yeah,
no point. Like,
yeah, it is true. It is true. In this way, it is true.
oh, I see, I see.
Um, yes, thank you, Gary, for your donation. It is very helpful. Maybe uh, after when I will withdraw this money, I will go to buy some salad.
Oh, how much does salad cost? Like, which you buy?
$12.
Oh my god.
uh,
Here I
yes.
can buy like plenty of food. Today I bought the whole chicken with delivery. Well, usually the whole chicken costs like 160 baht. It's like maybe $4.50, something like that.
I say this bigger price because you can find smaller salads without tipping, for example. You can find for
Oh,
ten
it's
dollars,
also
for
tipping.
nine.
Right. How much you give tipping for $12 like salad?
I'm trying usually. It is maybe, but some people will say rude and not American way to not give
Ten
tips.
percent.
But I'm trying to not give this. Usually, if I'm giving, it is
Uh,
minimum like 10%. Yes.
like in Russia, 10%.
Yeah.
That's
Because
Wait,
I'm not.
is it your dog? I don't understand. Or
Sorry, what?
it's your dog barking.
Yeah, so they're barking, probably they're
So
excited.
sometimes I was like, where is it?
Yeah,
Uh,
I have dog background. Yeah.
mhm.
Um, I think maybe let's give to us limit time, maybe after 15, 10 minutes, I don't know. And
Yeah,
we,
let's make yeah, I don't know, 15 minutes. Like now almost 2 hours. 2 hours 10 minutes. Yeah, let's do this.
yeah, something like that. Like 15
Bro,
minutes.
guys,
If
ask questions, send super thanks, super chats if you still didn't send. Maybe Alex will buy a tent for me to sleep when I come to America for this time.
something is telling me that you will never be on the streets. I hope that you will never.
No, I lived in the tent in my apartment, so I can live like
Ah,
I buy how to say in a car. It's just a joke. I lived. If you remember, if you saw my early videos, I slept in a tent in a Soviet apartment
yeah,
because there
yeah.
was no bed. Yeah.
Um, yes, and I
Alex,
see.
you are not vegetarian, as I remember.
I'm
You're
trying
little.
to be vegetarian, but it is not easy to be so because that's why. Because go to the gym now. I started to
Mm,
go to the gym, trying to do this because intuition university, it is recreational centers. They are part of your tuition, and you are paying for this anyway. And that's why I started to go to the gym. And you need energy. You need energy to do weights. You need energy to walk, to exercise. And
yeah, you
usually,
need protein to build muscles.
yeah, you need protein. And as a result, of course, I these days I'm eating chicken. Yeah,
Mm, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, vegetarian, I don't know. Yeah, also hard topic, but yeah. When you go to gym, you want to eat more also.
you need to eat. You need to eat. If I would have, for example,
Let's compare maybe muscles.
I can show you my biceps, but it is not so like something that, oh my gosh.
Guys, who will win? I mean, I didn't train for long and I'm
Ah,
fat. But it's my. Well, I think maybe Alex have more now
no,
because
no, no,
he
no.
is big. He is
It
a
is
bit.
not like this.
But you see,
Ah,
I have structure. You see, triceps a little bit. Do you have this? Yeah, a
how to
little
show
bit.
this? I don't see this. I'm too.
Yeah, you see this. You have to.
Triceps. Yeah,
Yeah, you see. But I'm
I don't
fat
see.
now. If I wasn't fat, it would be more visible.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
need.
think your biceps is okay, but triceps you need to work on it. But still, I'm fat and very weak now, so
Yeah, maybe, maybe I hope that I will gain muscles. That's my goal at the end of the day because I
yeah,
need
I
to.
think soon I'll go to gym again. I just didn't have power, but now I have looks like better. Yeah, and when you go to gym, dopamine, releases in your brain, and you feel even better when you go to gym.
Yeah,
After the gym, you feel better. Like, yeah,
it
but
is
to
a
start,
good feeling actually.
yeah, and your potential becomes better. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Um, what about you? What do you like to eat? Like, or what do you eat majority of the time?
Well, I because you see, I have very broken sleeping often. Like,
Hmm.
for example, I don't sleep at night. I go to 7-Eleven at night often. My subscribers know, and I buy this cooked food, but it's actually good quality. Yes, but for example, now I ordered the whole chicken. I'll show you. Wait a second, really fast.
Wow,
I already ate a little bit. But yes, very good quality. Like, just I'll show you. Look.
wow, it looks nice. It looks nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
well cooked.
yeah. The whole chicken costs like no with delivery 200 something, but without usually 160. Like it's maybe $5. But to be honest, I like Russian food the most. To be honest.
Yeah,
You too?
Russian food. Do you like Russian food or not?
Yeah, yeah.
I like Russian food because it is something what I was eating all my life, basically. But it is something that it difficult to like subtract from yourself. It is part of you in many ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I love this. But these days, of course, I'm not eating this so often. Yeah.
Mm. By the way, are there, I think you told it before, but Russian restaurants in Houston, and if they are expensive?
I never was in Russian restaurants here.
Oh,
I was in Russian store here. It is not. It's just a store. It is called a general
no.
store. They sell Russian food, and maybe one day I was there only once, I believe, for all these years. 1 year, 2 years and a half plus. Yes, only once I was there, I think.
It's like when you came to America, maybe first days you didn't know where to go and you went to Russian store like to
No,
have
no, I went
nostalgia.
there actually 1 year ago, probably in the middle. It
Uh,
was not first day, like immediately, but in the middle, and I don't know why. Maybe because I do not have a car to go there. I'm using a bike, and for me it is big deal. But spending money on Uber to go there, I think it is okay.
by the way, how many kilometers or miles your bike go? It's electric bike, yeah?
Yes, I think that probably 20 miles it is for sure, even 25, 30 miles. Depends if you're going from the slope, like from the hill
Uh,
down, it can go faster. But usually it is like, I feel like 20 miles, 25. Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
it's
it has
okay. But
this.
when the battery dies, you can just use your legs, yeah?
Yes, yes.
But is it easy to use your legs? Or
Difficult.
it's heavy?
Because
Difficult?
the bike is heavy by itself. And
Not like.
if you're biking without electricity or battery, it is difficult. It is
But do
difficult.
you have this speed changes?
Yes, 5
Uh,
speeds I have. 5.
not electric speed, but
Ah,
like
no, no. You do not have this. Only electric. Only.
on Soviet bicycle, yeah. Just you have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, you just
That's
have
maybe
to
even
go.
more difficult. I see.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Shit,
is
shit.
it is difficult to bike without electricity or battery on this bike. If I would have light, it would be, I think, good one day to have just additional.
Mhm, mhm. By the way, how is your driving license? Like I still remember you were learning it, but what,
I have
how
driver
is
license. I already finished studying, and yes, I have driver license. I do not have money for a car, and I do not have money for. I cannot afford to have a car. If I, of course, if I would buy, for example, for $10,000 a car now, I would be happy to have this. But additionally, you need to think about car insurance and gasoline.
yeah, it will break sometimes, maybe some old car and gasoline, yeah.
Yeah,
But, but you know what? You do they have in Houston car sharing like in Russian big cities? You know?
um, they must to have this. I think they must to have. It's because I know. Yes, yes, you can rent car, but it is not car sharing. Maybe they have car sharing. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
you can
because
rent.
no rent a car is different, you know.
Yeah,
But
it
car
is true.
sharing, if they have it, maybe sometimes you could use it. Also, if they have good, interesting content, you know, to film for you.
If you're right that I didn't see and was not noticing car sharing cars here in Houston. I didn't see this. Maybe I saw this, but I didn't know this because I didn't know name of the company. But generally speaking, it is not popular here, at least in Houston. That's what I.
Because everyone have cars and very
Yes,
big distances. Maybe in cities like
yeah,
New York it would be popular because it's like
yeah.
parking is very expensive there. You can't
Mhm.
even enter without money, I think, to New York, Manhattan Center or Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, Christina is asking question. Does anyone know whatever happened to Dear Dima YouTube website
YouTube, channel maybe.
channel?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. He disappeared.
Lila, hello. So I wait. So como está? Thank you for Poggy.
Witness protection. What is the
Ah, deep fried pineapple. Well, Pipers, you know, fried pineapple. Do they eat it in America? I
I
maybe
never
in
tried.
Thailand. Maybe in Thailand I tried something like that. But in Thailand they love fried bananas. Actually, very tasty. Small bananas, you know. They fry them and it changes taste a little bit when you fry them. Yeah.
Yeah, I never tried fried bananas actually. Sounds very exotic.
Yeah, it sounds exotic and double meaning, you know. Like,
Wow. Is it rubles?
no, it's Filipino pesos.
Ah,
It's
I was
more powerful than rubles. Lila sent my secretary of Supreme Minister, Lila. Yeah,
for the muscle flexing of our supreme leader Seryoja.
yeah. Maybe
Supreme leader.
maybe Lila thought it she sends it for me, but yeah, but it's for him. Lila, thank you. Yeah, Salamat po.
Sergey has good arms for 5 years, for 5 year plan. What does it mean? You will survive 5 year plan?
Wait, where, what, can you say again?
Sergey has good arms for 5 year plan.
Ah, arms, like 5 years plan in Soviet Union, it was like the
Yeah,
plan. Like they were saying, пятилетку за 4 года,
yeah,
типа 5 years plan in 4 years, like let's do it faster.
yeah,
Well, you see my hands are very arms, like very,
yeah.
how it's called, very sensitive for like this пятилетку. Maybe in 10 years I will do 5 year plan.
And
Yeah.
people asking, Bonga Bonga ask Sergey about his New Year's Eve celebrations. Uh,
New Year's Eve celebrations.
how
Well,
you
I
do
was in,
and
I
where you?
was
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a live stream from New Year. You can watch
Mhm.
on the channel. I just was walking in Thailand, driving in pickup truck like with people, so drinking beer. Yeah, so it was kind of funny. But soon will be tomorrow will be Chinese New Year, so probably I'll make a live stream of Chinese New Year in Bangkok.
Oh, you have a lot of New Year celebrations.
Yeah, you know this New Year, then like Old New Year, and all this
Yeah.
sort of now Chinese New Year, then will be Thai New Year. You know, Thai New Year they pure water on each other. It's crazy. What with water, like they
Yeah.
like you will be wet. So Thai New Year and so on and so many New Years are coming. You
Um,
want to give your best with this those hands in Gulag series. Yeah, Zoran, I forgot that word. Like very нежные, как сказать это?
nervous.
No, нежные, нежные.
Нежный. You said this correctly. Sensitive. Sensitive.
No,
Or
sensitive,
it
kind
is
of
like, yeah,
чувствительные.
just as
There is a word like, you know, cow, it's like,
yeah, you're right. Let's check this.
I knew this word, but I forgot.
I didn't know looks like this. Uh,
The cows have this
Tits.
bongo, yeah, soft, but also another word, нежные. Uh,
Um, I will look now. I do not
нежные.
have Russian keyboard, gosh.
А, нежные. I forgot that word. Like guys, cows have this very like нежный, like sensitive, but another word.
One moment, I'm looking in.
I'm trying to remember faster than Alex. It's like a game, you know, but I can't remember.
I forget how to type in нежно.
Нежный.
Gentle. We call this
No,
gentle.
another word. Also another word. There is other
Uh,
word.
Delicate, tender,
Tender,
tender.
yes. My tender. But yeah, you see different words you can say, but I wanted to say tender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, guy, why didn't cows have very tender, you know? So, yeah. No, Alex, so maybe we
Thank you.
continue slowly, yeah?
Yeah, I think that it is time because we promised to everyone that 10-15 minutes and we will finish this live stream. But as for you, I'm so glad that you decided to be with us today, that you spent time with us. Thank you, Sergey. You're amazing. You're the legend. Yes. I hope that one day you will realize your dream and you will travel around America because I think it is good dream to have.
Yeah, I
Actually, it's
think it
amazing.
will be good content, you know, because to be honest, I'm a bit maybe same as you, kind of a little bit burned out with the videos already. I don't find many
Yes.
things interesting to film anymore. But for me, if I go to America, it's like maybe for 1 year or 2 years I can film many new things, you know.
Like you will refresh. You will have
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
even though I was in America, but it was 11 years ago, and it will be like a new time, new first time, you know. Oh, wow, wow, they have this, they have that, like trying American food, you know, burgers, something like that.
yeah.
So
People
now
telling
I'm
Comrade Sergey for president. Maybe one day you will become ex-president.
I had a nickname Zar in high school. Zar, but later I really changed my opinion because to be a president is блядь, ответственность, как будет?
Responsibility.
Responsibility, yeah, it's too much responsibility. Or to be emperor in Russian history, like Game of Thrones, like the
Yeah,
communists came in power, they killed also emperor family. Before that, so it's even dangerous to be like that, and too much responsibility. Well, to be maybe czar, nah, still, it's better to be rich, but somewhere, in the middle level, to be relaxed. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone for your donations. Thank you for your questions and for your chat. I hope that these days you will have amazing days. You will eat delicious food and you will be safe. And I hope that you will subscribe to Crazy Russian Sergey if you didn't subscribe yet. You can support me and Crazy Russian Sergey by American dollar. I think it is important thing to do. And yes, I wish
Not,
everyone to
not only American dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian
yeah,
dollar, euros also, kronas, so everything is fine, guys. Pounds,
you're
pretty
right. You're
fine.
right completely because
Jo-
doesn't matter currency. Doesn't matter. Yes. But be yourself. Yeah, bye bye. Thank you, Sergey. Yeah, maybe you can
yeah,
say
guys,
something.
push like, and yeah, goodbye, subscribe to
Yeah.
me as well, and to Alex.
Yeah. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Uh-huh.